Hey everybody, it's Gareth here again. I've got a review for you guys. I'm going to be reviewing the Vision Eternity. Basically, a very useful little atomizer cum tank system developed by the Vision guys. Let's have a quick look in the tin and check out the video, which I did when I first got this. Hey everybody, it's Gareth here. This is just a very quick sort of intro before I actually get to use it. This is the Vision Eternity. Apparently this will give us all the gory details about it, including a part-by-part fingerjig. One thing I have noticed is they give you some spare wicks and some spare rubber bungs for the actual tank system. So if you're going to use it as a tank, obviously they give you some rubber ones, because apparently if you use the hard plastic ones it may well leak. So make sure you use plastic, very important. As we can see here, we have all the collars, the kins, all the bits and baps in this nice little tin, and it all looks quite really nicely done. So what I'm going to do later, I'm going to pop this all together, chuck some juice in it, and see how it vapes. And then the rest of the review will follow. Okay, back to you, Gareth. And there we go. Unfortunately, though, this tin is empty. I know. Yeah, I've put it together. Now, you do get some extra wicks and some rubber-based caps, which are very useful if you've got the hard-based tank system, so you can swap between the two. They give you about 3 wicks in there to play around with, and one of them is actually pre-made on the set of posts just there as well, so you can pretty much do it. I would say if you get down to your last one, keep it as a spare and probably order the wicking material and how to make it. How to make it, I don't know. There are instructions in here. As Peter Passada did point out, they're very, very tiny, you know, really, really small. But it seems to be not too difficult, but when I get to that point I should give it a try. But anyway. Okay, I've put the unit together, which is quite easy actually. It's not too bad. You get a special colour on the bottom, which allows you to put it onto like an Ego. I've put this on my Ego C twist. You have the main assembly. You have the outer assembly, which holds the sort of helps the EG. So I'm going to try and show you a bit in a minute. You then have your upper part and then your drip tip, and of course your drip tip you can take off to fill, blah blah blah, or you can just sit there and just do it that way. I found that if it's brand new, 40 drips is fine. However, afterwards stick to about 30, otherwise you will get girdling and possibly an overfill as well, which I had. Luckily I was using it at the Ego, which is quite comfortable with that. And I think I've got to know it now, so let's vape this monster, which is a bit of a monster. Have I got my other bit somewhere? Oh god, I'm putting stuff right in front of me. This is a standard CE4 tank, and as you can see, there is not a huge difference. They're pretty similar in size. However, this is light plastic and metal, and this is very heavy. There's a bit of weight to this, but it is solid, so it's not going to break, which is good. Lovely polished finish on this as well. No marks. It's got the ET Vision logo on there. Obviously 2 air hose, which is nice. So let's have a little toot of the stick and see if you may have noticed. Let's here we go. Vape production is brilliant. Taste is really, I've not had a taste like this since I had a brand new Atomiser, literally. Very clean taste. Taste is really nice. Throat hit is pretty darn good. I'm running this at just below 4 volts, probably about 3.8ish I think. So about 3.8 on there, so which is nice. So my cap's moving, don't want to avoid the glare from my forehead. And yeah, and very, very nice. Once the vapour gets going, it's quite incredible vapour. Construction, is really, really good on this. It's very hard to fall. It's got a really good vape to it. It is heavy, and it does get a little bit warm after you've been vaping on it a few times, but the tip seems to stay quite good. I've not had any burning or anything. You could probably, I think this is probably fairly standard drip tips. I'm hoping you can put other ones in here, but don't quote me on that. I've not actually tried it. I'm very new to actual drip vaping. But in this mode, it's almost like a transformer toy. In this mode, it is exceptionally nice. I have to say, I've been vaping this in the evenings. Don't really take this one to work with me, this stays at home, and this is more of my cigar at home type thing. But whatever I put in this has come out really good tasting. And the jaw's very, not heavy. Some people were saying that the jaw was a bit heavy on theirs. This one's quite light. I've not had a problem with jaw on this at all. It seems to be pretty consistent with probably slightly lighter than a Atomiser, but I don't know, there might be other units that people use, so I'm pretty limited on that. But standard PG in here as well, and that's vaping really well. So okay. It does have a secondary mode, which is the tank mode, and basically if we take off the you could take the drip tip off first, put it down, and you can do the transformer sound if you want to. Take this off, and that's the collar. You can tell the difference. This one's got like an inner sort of anti-drip bit, and there's your spike, which is obviously, if you've used an Ego C system before, the Ego tank system, you'll recognise that. In the box you will get an extra, very clearish sort of tank, nothing in it, it's literally just a tube indeed. Once this goes on, you can then take your favourite, I have to point out you want the soft bottom tank systems on. This is a standard one. This is tobacco, so I'm just going to put that straight in there like any other tank, push it in, give it a few seconds to go, and I have to admit this is the best bit. Instantly I've got the standard 18mg tobacco that's in here. There's no cross taste, it's just instantly gone over. And it wicks really well. I know with some of the tank systems they have a problem wicking. This one wicks like a sir, I have to say. It's just amazing. Not my favourite tobacco, but it's the one that I ordered some these up with when I done the order from Liberty Dash Flights, and they sent me the standard tobacco ones. That's all they have. I could have got empty ones, but I cheated. But now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this puppy out, no leakage. One filled with menthol. Let's see how quickly the taste goes down. So I'll have a little knock just to help the juice run down to that spike. Menthol, straight away, no tobacco, just straight into clean. So change-wise systems, if you want to change flavours really quickly, you can use the tank system, but it's really nice. I do like the tanks, I have to admit. I don't like the Atomizers, they tend for me to burn out too quick. The fact that this is re-wickable, so no problems there. So yeah, I can use the tank system for being out and about, and then if I want to get home, which is going to be ready, I won't use the tank system that much, but it works, and it works well, that's the important thing. But I love the direct dripping on this. Literally screw together, threads are really smooth on this device, the finish is, finish is great. Very snug on the tip, beautifully done, no movement. Now we're back to our good old, I think it's Cherry Coke. It vapes like a sir, definitely. Now, I haven't had a chance to actually change the wicks on this yet, but once this one needs changing I will do that, and I think it's well worth the money. One of the best vapes I've had since I've been vaping, to be honest with you guys. And it's just a beautiful piece of machined Vision technology, and I have to say, Vision are doing some good stuff at the moment. Like I say, I can't fault it, I can't give any real negatives apart from the weight, and it gets a bit warm. That's it. Everything else works fine, as long as you don't overfill it. Perfect, it's just been working really well. And the great thing about it, because you can strip it apart, you can clean it really easily. So no problems there. So yes, the Vision, Eternity. Definitely worth getting one and trying one out. You hung up on this actually, on any battery, Ego, even a standard Ego. I'll do that now for you. There you go. Ooh, got to be a little careful because when you unscrew it, sometimes it doesn't always unscrew in the right place. That's the only other little thing. Because it's a shiny barrel, it's a little bit slippery, but it's not too bad. There you go. You get a collar which goes onto your Ego, which neatens it up. If you've got a standard straight to 510 adapter, that will go in beautifully. Here we go, a standard Ego battery at 3.3 volts, I believe. And even on this, you guessed I've tried it before. I haven't put the collar on, sorry. But even on this. Not as heavy, obviously it's a lower voltage, but still plenty of flavour, plenty of vapour, good throat hit. So even if you've got standard Ego batteries, no problems at all, it vapes really well. So there you go then guys, that's that little beauty. It is a bit of a beast, it is a bit big, but it's worth it because it's solidly made, and it definitely gets the 2 thumbs up for me. So there you go then guys. I'd highly recommend you go and buy one of those, and do it quickly before they run out of stock, and the fact that you can re-brick it yourself brings the cost down even further. definitely worth the money. That's going to last a long time. Again, with rewicking you can adjust the ohms as well on the coil, so if you want to tweak it that way you can do. So you could probably sort of recoil it to suit a 3.3 voltage even better, so I think high resistance or low resistance, medium, whatever you want to do. So yeah, like I say, the other little downside is the rewicking assembly very, very small. I believe it was Pete Pizzardo said that he felt the draw was tight. Actually, the draw's not tight for me, it was perfect. Maybe it's because it's got 2 air holes on this model. Maybe they've changed it, but yeah, these are. I've got good vision. I can just about see what you need to do, and it's not too difficult. When I do rewick this, I'll probably try and shoot a video for you guys of me actually trying to rewick it. So, but at the moment, you've got plenty of wicks there to play around with. Beautifully done. I'm impressed, and I do like it. So there you go, guys. Get to the guys. Order these up. They are probably well worth having in your vape kit.